Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pierce College, the site of the WIAA 2A playoffs, the state championships. And we have game coming up between Mark Morris and Colville. The Indians from the upper right-hand side of the state, undefeated and ranked #1, take on Mark Morris from the lower left-hand of the state down in Longview, coming in at 10-8. Should be a good matchup as Lisa Verge and her staff very optimistic in the style of play. But for Missy Bennett, second-year coach, they won the 1A last year. There are 3 defending state champions, Burleson Edison, the 2A champions, and West Valley Rams, who some pick as a dark horse to win the whole thing. All those teams are alive, so it's up to Colville to put away Mark Morris. Will that be possible? At 15-0, their overall record 30-1 with Jackson being the 4A team that beat them, the sole defeat. They also defeated Prairie and Bellarmine Prep, a team that was their sole loss last year, as they went 34-1, taking the 1A championship, losing only to Bellarmine Prep, so they had a chance to get even. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom Smith of the WIAA Network as we're set to go with the red-clad and black team from Longview, Mark Morris, down below us here. In white, Colville, the Indians. Let's get you tonight's starters. First, for Mark Morris, the Monarchs, with the libero Alex McCoy, #2. Carly Grandstuff, the senior right side hitter, #3. Taylor Blackman, the senior on the left side. Taylor Blackman, #4. And your setter, Jamie Isaacson, a sophomore. The 2 captains, Haley McNally, #8, and Mackenzie Hastings, #10. Starting #10, Mackenzie Hastings, with Amber Olson, the senior middle blocker, #11, with Marissa Hembry, also the sophomore right side blocker. So those are starters for Mark Morris, as the Indians will start things off, serving as #3, Jason Vining. JC, one of the 2 captains, and they win the first point with Leanna Carr, the senior setter, #2. The libero is Jessica Whitmire, and you'll see her there in the maroon-clad libero jersey as Vining serves 1-0. Joel Buckner is a senior right side hitter with Sadie Learn, the junior at 5'9", a middle hitter, middle blocker, coming back the other way. Also starting is Jessie Glidewell, the senior outside hitter, wearing #6, and Chantel Nussbaum, #9, your junior middle hitter. And those are your 7 starters, as announced by head coach Missy Bennett, who's assisted by Ann Cecil, Michonne Vining, and Megan Rogers. Mark Morris at 1-1 serves, Brittany Schneider. And down the line, that was Marissa Hembry making the play. And going over is Taylor Blackman. And it's 2-1 to the Colville Indians, who are listed in the program as the home team, but for some reason up on the scoreboard as the guest team. Well, actually, the point is awarded to Mark Morris, so as we get underway, we'll sort things out for you. Good job by Alex McCoy retrieving that hit by Jessie Glidewell, and the Monarchs go up 3-1. We've already had an upset as 8th-ranked Seaholm down by Washington from the SPSL in a 3-1 game score. What a battle as the Seaholm team came out, ranked #8, got that first set, and then Washington strung together 3 gritty performances. And it's 3-2 as the ball goes back to the Colville Indians, top ranked and undefeated. As mentioned earlier, they beat Bellarmine Prep and Pierce in the crossover tournament, but Jackson, undefeated overall, the 4A #1, playing at St. Martin's today. And all of a sudden, it's 3-3 here in game #1. And Leanna Carr will serve for Colville. Alex McCoy again getting underneath it. And it's Kylie McCoy, one of the McCoy sisters, 2 juniors, playing together. And she'll be replaced by #1, Brittany Schneider, your outside hitter. Your captains include Taylor Blackman, Haley McNally, and Mackenzie Hastings. Schneider, the junior, right to Jessica Whitmire, the junior at 5'4", playing libero. And Mark Morris gets the point and the ball back. (5-3), the Monarchs leading, and a ball in the court. Will replay that service by Leanna Carr, by Alex McCoy, I should say. Alongside our producer, Nathaniel Jackson, I'm Tom Smith. Glad to have you with us. Sue Schneider on the camera, helping bring you the pictures that go along with all the action here in a very excitable gymnasium at Pierce College. And technical error, and it's 5-4 Indians, and they'll send back in Chantel Nussbaum, the junior, as Sadie Learn, the junior middle hitter, right-hander from the left side of the service line. Back to Taylor Blackman. The Monarchs regain the point and will extend their lead to 6-4 as Amber Olson, the senior middle blocker, comes in to help front load that front line. Mackenzie Hastings, the senior, serving. Nice get by J.C. Vining. And the ball back over to the Monarchs, this time a 3-point lead, 7-4, the first game score. Squim is battling in the opposite court against Steilacoom. The Wolves hosting on the scoreboard, that is. All tied at 15 in game number 2. Now Squim has the 1-game lead. The winner there will take on the winner here. So bottom half of the brackets are very, very tough if you take a look at it all. 7-5, the service coming from Jessie Glidewell. 3 defending champions. Burlington Edison won 2A last year, so they're the literal defenders in this 2A classification. Trouble the net, and Colville goes over. And what a kill shot by the sub off the bench on this play, Amber Olson, bringing one down. But West Valley of Yakima were unbeaten in 3A last year, and many thought would just run the table as they moved down to 2A. Not so the case, as they lost to the Vikings of Selah after beating them twice in the regular season. And when they lost, it was 3-0. Monarchs 9-5. Keep the dream alive going here in game number 1. Well, Burlington Edison knocked off Anacortes, who were ranked number 4, and secured themselves at number 4, them taking down Sumner and booking themselves into the quarterfinals against the West Valley Rams. So those two defending champions will go against each other in the quarterfinals. And the Monarchs get to 10, doubling up the Indians of Colville. Colville way up there in the reservations in the upper right-hand corner of Washington, reserving their place out of the Greater St. Helens League. Mark Morris winning, District 4. District 7, if you want to know the number. Service all the way to Tyra Bronze. At the net, the block, keeping it alive. Jamie Isaacson popping it up, and it's out of play. Anything goes over the benches, and it's out of play for the safety of court number 2 to the right of your camera. And a timeout called by Colville, trailing by 6 in game number 1. Players break the huddle. Continuing her service is Jamie Isaacson for Lisa Verge's side. 20 years she's been at the helm. And at Mark Morris, you know, those athletic squads have seen a lot of success no matter the discipline. And similar is the case for the Monarchs. Always in the mix, especially coming out of the Greater St. Helens League. But basketball, football, down the line, the winner by Casey Vining. You call that a kill shot, but that was a really suave move. And it's 11-6 coming out of the break. Getting what you want. Scrambling. Monarchs setting it up. Isaacson trying to drill it. Off the block, it's Blackman. Indians scrambling. They got out of the Great Northern League. Down the middle, Amber Olson with the winner. 12-6, again doubling them up, and Lisa Verge encouraging the Monarchs on. Brittany Schneider comes over smiling and celebrating as Taylor Blackman gets set to serve. Standing tall, Amber Olson in the middle, switching on the Monarchs, responding on the Indians, and you'll expect the #1 ranked squad to play it tough here. Okay, we've seen teams go up one and drop it, so we'll see where it goes here for the Monarchs. Taylor Blackman, a little sensibility that the Monarchs didn't expect to play from ahead. And rolling to get the dig, Taylor Blackman can't get there. And it's Chantel Nussbaum credited with the winner there. 5-point deficit as Jessica Whitmire serves and goes long. Now McCoy with the service. The McCoy sisters for the Monarchs. Jamie Isaacson. Good job with the get by Blackman. Tyler feeding it over. Kept alive under Kylie McCoy's effort. Bumped up by Alex McCoy. The crowds are really in it here. With every swing of the shot off the block. Mackenzie Hastings there, but it drops wide. And the pink-clad supporters for the Colville Indians get it going on those sidelines. Captain J.C. Vining, the senior outside hitter, serving. The dig by Blackman, over by Alex McCoy, deep to Jessica Whitmire. So libero to libero, and a good get by McCoy. Just flinging the bodies and the balls all over the place and using the net. The winner by Sadie Learn with the kill. Coming in at 15-0, 30-1 overall. The Colville Indians ranked #1. Mark Morris not ranked. The Monarchs 10 wins and 8 losses. And playing the game of their lives to get this tournament going for them. They'd like nothing better to come in and play their game and pull off an upset by winning. In for the Monarchs, Marissa Hembry, the sophomore right back, as the coaches call him, in the Monarch system. Right-hander hit by Tyler Blackman. Taylor, the senior, and unable to get there is Alex McCoy on the winner by Jessica Glidewell. And it's 14-10. Leanna Carr serving, the senior setter. She's got her team back to within 4, putting pressure on the Monarchs. They believe, but when things happen like Jessica Glidewell's open dink to the open court, you begin to doubt yourself, and so it'll be up to the Mark Morris gals to check those emotions and keep focused on the task at hand. Jamie Isaacson calls it out, sets it up. Hastings try to put it away, and it drops for a Monarchs point. So they weathered the storm for now. Brittany Schneider comes in and will serve for the Monarchs. As Kylie McCoy takes the seat. Hastings at the center of the front line for the Monarchs. And getting up, Jolie Buckner putting it away. And boy, that was unleashing the eye of the tiger. Sadie Learn will serve now. 15-12, first game score. Colville Indians on the short end of that. And carry called by Jamie Isaacson, point to the Indians. There's been so much said and talked about with changing the names. The Renton Indians and the Colville Indians keep that name with pride, with support of their Native American communities. Joelle Buckner powers it down off the net. Jessie Glidewell keeps the Monarchs alive in this rally, down by 2. The Indians come back, and it's the power block by Mackenzie Hastings winning the day on that rally. 16-13. In comes number 11, Amber Olson. Mark Morris's Taylor Blackman was the WIAA Athlete of the Week winner in week number 8 with 49 kills, 21 service points, 16 digs, and 5 aces at the Capital City Invite back there. In their 2 league matches, she had 20 kills, 16 service points, and 15 digs and 3 aces. So a great week and a great season for Mark Morris, the senior from Longview. The service from Jessie Glidewell, trying to use that power from the back line. And they get to within 1 point, 16-15. The top-ranked Colville Indians battling back against a great start from Mark Morris. Taylor Blackman, the self-same week 8 WIAA athlete, making the return. And you leave it open for Joelle Buckner, and she is going to find that floor like she did there. 4th kill of the game for the senior right side hitter. Glidewell, the senior from the outside. Back set. Taylor Blackman tried to kill it. Her opposite number, Joelle Buckner, returns the favor. The push by Olson. Amber Olson, the senior middle blocker. And Mark Morris breaks the tie of 16 and gets the ball 17-16. We've already had 4 ties. This could be a much tighter match than many expected. Serving Jamie Isaacson for the Monarchs. The sophomore setter. Popped up by Tyra Bronze. At the pins. Monarchs up by 2, 18-16. Deep to Bronze at the net. Powering down. Vining can't put it away. Going over is Alex McCoy. And number 4, Joelle Buckner, with the winner down the line. Kill shot par excellence. And she's serving now. Down by 1. Service error into the net. So a 2-point edge as the ball goes back to Mark Morris. Back into the fray, Kylie McCoy. Her sister right behind her. Off the block, kept alive. Monarchs go over in order. Good job by Nussbaum to keep it alive. The push and underneath, unable to get there is Jamie Isaacson. So a heady play on the front line by number 5, Sadie Learn. Chantel Nussbaum down by 1, 19-18. Back and forth affair. Very close first game. Mark Morris coming out strong, battling back the Colville Indians, even though they're down by 1, a sense that they've got or are getting control of this game. And there's an example as J.C. Vining puts it away right in front of her down the line, right in front of you. bouncing the ball into your living room or wherever you may have tuned us in. Here in the WIAA network, the 2A volleyball championships. And you don't want to leave it open at the net with Sadie Learn. That's why you try to return it to your server and let your team set it up. And Lisa Verge has to call a timeout. Her team now trailing by 1 point, 20 for Colville, 19 for Mark Morris.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Mark Morris breaks the huddle. After checking with the brain trust, Lisa Verge, she's been around the block for a few years, 20 years. Lots of experience, lots of moxie. And it's a chance for the Monarchs to respond to the carry called against the Indians. So tying things up for the 5th time. Mark Morris gets the ball back in the hands of Alex McCoy, the junior libero. Serving 20 all in game number 1. Setting it up, going the other way. Kylie McCoy puts it away emphatically. With Taylor Blackman celebrating as well. Taylor Blackman, one of the key leaders. Kylie McCoy and her sister Alex steady as Alex serves. Joelle Buckner off the block, getting up tall. Mackenzie Hastings and Carly Grindstaff. Nice job. 3 blocks unofficially for Hastings. Alex McCoy threatening serve. Cross court dink. Help from Jamie Isaacson. Monarchs set it up. Push by Mackenzie Hastings. Pushed the other way by Vining. JC coming back with her own little stuff. And the long hit by number 4, Taylor Blackman. And knots things at 20 to 21, actually, not knotted. Stepping back is JC Vining, hoping to tie the game number 1 score at 22. Trailing by 1 now. They go straight at Blackman. And coming right back off the block. Hastings can't convert. Sadie Learn is there. Doing a really good job. 20 all. The 6th tie of the match, first game. Not even in the books yet. Good job scrambling at the nets. Cross-court effort drops in for Carly Grindstaff. Well, she had the big blockers right there in Glidewell and Nussbaum, and she instead spotted something cross-court and put it away. Marissa Hembry serving. Nice get by Learn as it dropped over the net. Kept alive at the block, Mackenzie Hastings. And it's number 2, Leanna Carr, winning it there. Was that a block or a kill? Who cares? The point means it's 23 all. And if this match continues, we may never get to game 2 in this vein that we're watching here. Carr serving, setting up the Monarchs over the block and dropping it in. What a play by number 13, Kylie McCoy, the junior. And she'll give way to number 1, Brittany Schneider. Schneider, the defensive specialist, brought in to serve and see if she can serve up a string, 24-23. All you need is a string of 1 now. At this point in time, it would claim game 1 for the underdogs against the top-ranked Indians, 24-23. Coaching from the stands, deep to Jessica Whitmire. ranging back his car to set things up. Nice get by Blackman. Actually, that's Schneider with the get. Blackman cranking. Set down the middle, pushed deeply to Schneider. Right inside. And pulled up off that block. And then killed by number 6, Jesse Glidewell. You always know you're in trouble when you're playing teams and they can't decide who their best leader is in the statistics department, especially the kills and blocks. 24 all. And how about another tie? That's the 8th time already in this game. On the service from Learn. Deep to Carr. Indians set it up. Off the block, it goes wide. Count it for Jesse Glidewell. And the advantage to the Indians. They can savage this ragtag first game. And a very boisterous crowd, very loud and encouraging of their team as subs are sent in to make the difference for Coach Missy Bennett of the Indians. And it will be 24 all as the ball goes over to Monarch. But we're going to have a discussion. And do we have a chance to say thank you to our game officials? The up official is Jason Dennis. R2 walking over is Bill Lewis. And the lines, Veronica Huff and Nikki Sharp. And the discussion is over. They're going to replay the match, 24 all. Replay the point, I should say, 24 all. And extra discussion as one of the lines comes in, confirms and confers to confirm. It's back in position, 24 all. This game has been a thrilling start. It's a first round game. They're trying to book themselves into the quarterfinals later this evening, hoping to have a place in the semifinals tomorrow. And Sadie Learn with the service error yields the point, and it is. They replayed the point and decided the service should come over there with the Indians. Well, it worked out well for Mark Morris as they got the point and the ball back. Mackenzie Hastings now can put it away if she can get a winner or start a rally with a point. Off the block, Pancake kept alive. Good job by the Monarchs. Oh my gosh. But you leave it open for Joelle Buckner. She gets her 6th kill here in the match already, and we're all tied at 25. Oh my, oh my. Hey, glad you're here with us. This is an exciting match. We've had some good play so far in the first round. And it is Glidewell with the service. Monarchs try to come right back. Use number 4, Taylor Blackman. Off the block, tipped up by Amber Olson. Kept alive by Isaacson. And here come the Indians, and oh my goodness. You just cannot let Joelle Buckner have an opening like that. 26-25 on the Buckner kill. Number 4 in white, number 4 in red. You could circle those two numbers, but there's a heck of a lot more coming. Timeout. 26-25, slight lead, 1-point lead for the Indians. So you thought that the number 1 ranked team might have a walk, top seed versus the bottom seed, the bottom half of this. I don't think you can come to state and expect any game to be easy. Both teams break the huddle in good order, just 40 seconds used. Lisa Verge quickly and Missy Bennett quickly. Instructions to their squads. Jesse Glidewell going right at Trailer Backman. Good get by Amber Olson to keep it alive, and it's the Indians now with the advantage, and they go long on the hit by Leanna Carr. Oh, and it's all tied at 26, and would you believe it? 10 ties through this game. Well, it has been that kind of game, nice and close. Nice and close. Nice and nasty and close. In comes number 10, Tyra Bronze, the junior right side hitter. She'll take up her position in the middle as Jamie Isaacson serves right to her. setting it up, and double hit called from that left back. Was that Glidewell? Rare error. It might have been Sadie Learn, actually. Jersey got caught up. Isaacson with a point. If they can win it here, they'll take this game. Indians making it hard. And it drops under the hit by Joelle Buckner and the block. First game goes 28-26 to the Monarchs of Mark Morris. Game number 2 after this. You're watching the WIAA network coverage of the 2A Volleyball State Championships. Round number 1. And who's going to be in the quarterfinals?
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Welcome back to Pierce College, the WIAA network bringing you this 2A state championships of volleyball. Number 1 ranked Colville Indians stormed by Mark Morris Monarchs. We switch ends, and now the Monarchs in red serving the Indians in white. Max to you there. And it could have gone either way with 10 ties before the 28-26 first game score. Off the nets, Mackenzie Hastings, one of the heroes for Mark Morris, keeping the ball alive for the Monarchs, who claimed the first point in game 2. So the Colville Indians coming all the way down from the upper right-hand corner. Mark Morris on the way down to Oregon, right along the river. on the lower left corner. The Indians from the Great Northern League under some duress now, and we have a whistle for home of the linesman. It's called out a play, maybe as a win on the wrong side of the pin. I'm not sure. Lisa Verge challenging through an appeal. They're going to replay the point, it appears. Yes, they will. So, a sportsmanlike appeal from one of your captains. Some assistance from the lines. And we replay the 1-0 serve from Mark Morris. Jessica Whitmire gets there from the back line. J.C. Vining tries to get Mark Morris in the back heel. And it's too many hits. So the point does go the way of the Colville Indians, 1-1 in game number 2. And watch out for number 4, Joelle Buckner, when she gets going. Monarchs survive that. You can't say that very often. And unable to get there, Alex McCoy, leaving it just a bit shy of Carly Grindstaff. So 2-1 the edge to the Indians. Serving is Leanna Carr, the senior setter for Colville. And up big with the block is Joelle Buckner, so she can contribute in a variety of ways. Carr up 3-1. Serenaded by her student fans who make their way down from Colville, I presume. Leanna Carr all the way over. Cross-court effort by Jessie Glidewell. Well, when it's not Joelle Buckner, you got to keep an eye on Jessie Glidewell. The Indians switch the sides and get the winner. Leanna Carr serving, up 4-1 here in game 2. They're down 1-0, so there's not going to be a blinking of the Monarchs. And the Monarchs showed in game 1 that they've got a lot of attacking style themselves. Down the line and sighting it to perfection. Glidewell hits the line, and it's in. I have a 6-1 score, but the scoreboard stayed frozen at 5-1. Buckner brings it back up, gets it back from Carr. Kill shot off the block. Alex McCoy keeps it up and going. Knuckled over down the middle by Hastings. And it's the Indians who can't keep it alive. So point and ball over to the Monarchs as Marissa Hembry checks in. So I guess we're going to go with the scoreboard score of 5-2. Not sure why it didn't click up to 6. And there she is, Joelle Buckner. And the Monarchs have got to be wary of leaving her with such an open effort. And the winner of today's game will match the Sequim Wolves, who blanked Steilacoom 3-0, 25-13, 25-21, 25-9. So after a tight second set, the Wolves claiming the top spot. (7-2) on court number 1 right here. Indians leading. Sadie Learn. Cross court, and a good kill shot by the Monarchs, 7-3. Monarchs serving. Indians retrieving. Serve and receive. Blackman can't put it away. From the back line, Brittany Schneider gives a go. And it's Joelle Buckner putting it away, 8-3. Getting that ball back for the Indians. And Jesse Glidewell serving with the extra soundtrack from the Indian student fans. And J.C. Vining gets a kill shot to her credit. And she's got 4. Jesse Glidewell down the middle. Alex McCoy. Oh, and a nice get as Mackenzie Hastings tried to put him away. But coming back the other way, Vining can't do the job. And a nice pancake by Sadie Learn to get underneath that shot as Buckner shakes her hand. Couldn't put it away, but the error at the net by Hastings. 10-3. And it's going to be Lisa Verge calling a Monarchs timeout, down by 7.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires a good thing?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to Pierce College. Welcome back after the timeout. And the Monarchs get back to their winning ways of game number 1. They're going to try to go through Tyler Blackman, and they get the kill shot coming out of the break. And that's a plus, 10-4. Down by 6. Indians rallying, keep that game close, losing game number 1 though, as Chantel Nussbaum and Tyra Bronze can't sort out the receiving end of the Monarchs serve. In for Mark Morris is Amber Olson. Mackenzie Hastings now, 10-5, trying to cut into that Indians lead. And Bronze screaming out as she gets in behind Joelle Buckner. Another service winner by Mackenzie Hastings. Get the ball back and let your serving ace work on the Indians receiving team. And a completely different service. And you can see the scramble as Blackman goes high. And there's nothing that Vining and Bronze can do there. And behind the serving of Mackenzie Hastings, the Monarchs now within 3 here in game 2. They'd love to catch the Indians, put away this game and go up 2-0. For Colville, they'll want to prevent that and get a match evening game number 2. Back set to Buckner, Joelle. Nice get by Mackenzie Hastings, solid. Push over the top and a good get by Vining. And cross court by Buckner. And Marissa Hembry doing well at the line. Outside, so good idea, just not quite there for Jamie Isaacson. And the 4-point deficit Monarchs yield the ball to the Indians. And Joelle Buckner, who's contributing in so many different ways, will serve now for Colville. As Hannah Smith, the junior setter, comes in. 11-7 service over the tape. Nice get by Blackman. And they go right to Amber Olson. Popped up high, battle the blocks at the net. Popped up by Nussbaum. Chantel doing a good job as a junior for Colville, and it drops in front of Amber Olson. Buckner serving, 12-7, 5-point lead here in game number 2. Deep into corner, and it drops. As Hannah Smith had just relied on the communication of her team, letting it drop. 12-8, 4-point advantage as the Indians turn it over to the Monarchs. Jamie Isaacson serving. Back set down the middle. Chantel Nussbaum pressing. And still a 5-point advantage as Chantel and the Indians get the ball back. And a service ace for Nussbaum. (14-8) as Chantel Nussbaum serves to the Monarchs. And Sadie Learn pummeling the Monarchs, but they stay alive. From the left-hand side, it's J.C. Vining off the deflection. Out of play, Indians now, 15-8. Nussbaum stringing some together. Into the net, and that'll stop the string. Jessica Whitmire comes in for Chantel. And at the other side, it's Brittany Schneider giving way to Haley McNally, I believe. Taylor Blackman serving, running set off the block. And point 16-9 as it goes over. To the Indians, back in Jessie Glidewell. From the left-hand side, the Indian service. Courtesy of J.C. Vining, and she goes right into the twining of the net. Out comes Amber Olson. Alex McCoy deep to Whitmire, the other libero. Good job by McCoy. Reaction games. And just wide of the line. Blackman had an opening but couldn't convert. Yowza. Leanna Carr serving 17-10. And it's the Indians who have the Monarchs scrambling. And Missy Bennett now takes off her warm-up jacket, the paisley tie-dye purple, black, and white. And a carry called against the Monarchs. Colville with a cardinal red and white and gray. Mark Morris with the Columbia blue, scarlet, and navy. And that scarlet is awfully red to me. Off the tape, and it's called wide of the pins going down that line. So it's 20-10, first to 20 in game number 2, and with a much better stretch than Mark Morris had when they got to 20 in game number 1. It's top-ranked Colville Indians responding well to losing the opening game. Whitmire protects the line. Back set to Joelle Buckner. And Joelle puts it away, 21-10. And a timeout call with an 11-point edge. The Indians will take a break, but it's the Monarchs wanting to talk things over here in game number 2. Indians, the last team to be on the floor after that timeout. Mark Morris, a sense of what they need to do. Leanna Carr, the senior setter, serving. 4 points to win this game, too, and now only 3. A service winner for Carr. Joelle Buckner gets the kill. And she's got a dozen in this first and second game. In this match through 2 games. Leanna Carr serving 23-10. Monarchs a bit of difficulty finding an opening though. Good idea by Carly Grindstaff. And out comes Carly Grindstaff. In to serve is Marissa Hembry, 23-11 the score. So still a dozen separate these 2 teams, but the Monarchs not to say die here. Not going to give up the second game that easy. They go all the way over. And Joelle Buckner. And they slowed down the attack of Taylor Blackman as Buckner doubles her up on the kill sheet. It's point game on service for the Indians. Sadie Learn gets it going. Coming the other way, down the line. Kenzie Hastings. Jessie Glidewell tries it, then the other way. Again, it's Hastings back in the middle. Cross court, Alex McCoy picking it up. Good rally. And the block by Joelle Buckner, and game 2 goes to the Colville Indians. It's all tied at 1 game apiece. 25-11, your second game score. Back with the third game after this. You're watching the WIAA Network AA Volleyball Championship.
Hi, we're Chris
And Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Welcome back to Pierce College, the WIAA Network, bringing you the 2A Volleyball Championships, all knotted at one game apiece. The Indians, ranked number 1, had a scare in game number 1, but they responded greatly in good fashion and took the second game 25-11. But the Monarchs come right back, winning the first point off the Indians' serve. And another officials discussion down the line. Well, Coach Lisa Verge not liking the final decision. They changed the result, and it's a 1-0 advantage to the Indians, so the Monarchs will have to come back and find their way back. And you're only down 1 point, so there's no point in getting too discouraged. 2-0 on the service ace by J.C. Vining, one of the two captains, who goes wide, trying to catch the Monarchs down the line. Out comes Alex McCoy. In comes Amber Olson. She'll slap hands as Mackenzie Hastings serves. Down 2-1 here in game 3. Looking for the second game to kind of give an indication of who has the upper edge. You can expect this frame to be a really highly contested game, and a double hit as Alex McCoy comes in for Mackenzie Hastings. Leanna Carr to serve for Colville. Blackman gets it. Taylor lining up, tries to go on the offense and not the best of positions. Deke back to number 12, Marissa Henry. And it's Amber Olson going on the offensive, trying to catch Colville off guard. And that's not too easy to do, especially with Joelle Buckner there to rise to the occasion, literally rising and putting away that kill shot. 4-1, Indians lead and service to Carr. Deep to Schneider. Brittany gets it to the set. Blackman has to push deep to Chantel Nussbaum. And it's a carry on the Indians. 4-2 as Carly Grindstaff comes in, replacing Marissa Henry. And Jamie Isaacson, the sophomore setter, to set serve for Mark Morris. Off the block. Good reaction by Taylor Blackman, and she kind of smiles because it just didn't work out for them. She's back in the umbrella setting. Sadie Learn to serve. Over they go. Setting it up the other way, cross court. Sadie Learn diving as Carly Grindstaff gets another kill shot to her credit and draws her team back to within 2 here in game 3 in this first round game of the AA Volleyball State Tournament. Indians work their way back. Good job by Alex McCoy getting to it, but not good enough that Carly Grindstaff could convert. 6-3. Service by Jessie Glidewell. Blackman out of play. Some gyms you'll have some room, but right here you got to keep it down the narrow. 7-3, 4-point edge. Glidewell continues to serve. And does so long. So Hastings back in as Tyra Bronze checks in as well. So Hastings number 10 and Tyra Bronze number 10. Alex McCoy serving for the Monarchs. Down the middle, right to Bronze. And trying to unload Buckner off the block. Monarchs get the point. It's hard to tell whether those blocks are going to fall wide or not when it's such a bang-bang play. 7-5, 2-point deficit for the server, Alex McCoy. Bronze is there, the push by Vining. Number 3, Carly Grindstaff at the net, gets the block. Those challenges up at the tape. 7-6. Alex McCoy stringing her team. And pouncing on it is Mackenzie Hastings with a kill. Hannah Smith checks in for the Colville Indians. Win or lose will determine whether or not they're playing to keep their undefeated string alive. 15-0, the Indians. Monarchs 10-8. Know what it means to lose, but also know what it takes to win. And right now, they've got themselves back in front here in game 3 for the first time. And a timeout called, 8-7. Mark Morris leads in game number 3, all knotted at 1 in the game score.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Alex McCoy set to serve. Finally, the Monarchs back in front here in game 3. They trailed throughout the bulk of game number 2. Hastings setting up there in the middle. Grindstaff trying to put something away. Instead, her opposite number, JC Vining, comes up and knocks it off the block attempt by Carly. Serving is Joelle Buckner, the senior. Vining over by Blackman. Other side, Vining with a dink. She finds the open space. Nothing Jamie Isaacs can do. She tried to get there. And it's 9 for the Indians, 8. For the Monarchs. After that timeout, that's the first point. 9-8, and a good job by Amber Hastings. It's a set piece. I mean, she's set on the floor and just puts it over with ease, finding that open space. So in comes Marissa Hembry to serve, all tied at 9. Vining cranking. Trying to push it over is McCoy. And it's the Indians with a point, 10-9, they lead now. McCoy responding, comes up big and just a little too large and long. 2-point lead. Chantel Nussbaum serving. Chantel Nussbaum gets it over. Buckner is there. Down the middle, rising big, Sadie Learn. Three-point edge. Nussbaum continues. Right to Hembry. Pushed deep by Blackman from behind the line. Off the block. It falls for a Monarchs point. And in comes number 1, Brittany Schneider. She'll serve down by 2. 12-10 Indians still lead game 3. Who will take the 1-game edge in game scores? Back set, Vining, and the block drops wide. Taylor Blackman looks down, appealing to the linesman, to no avail. Waiting for that flag, and it did come up instead of pointing down. J.C. Vining with the serve, her team leading the Monarchs 13-10. Hastings off the set by Jamie Isaacson. The setter gets the assist. Isaacson gets the kill. 13-11. Down by 2. Mackenzie Hastings right down the middle to Chantel Nussbaum. And a reaction play by Schneider, kept alive by Hembry. Here comes the Monarchs, and that's just too easy as Sadie Learn gets her 5th unofficial statistic from the kill department. Deanna Carr serving, up by 3. Blackman trying to catch Indians unawares. And Joelle Buckner just comes and comes and comes. Just keeps coming at you. And it's 15-11. Carr now serving. Schneider on the line, and it goes wide. So a 3-point deficit, and the Monarchs take over. Out comes Hembry. In comes Carly Grindstaff. Grindstaff's been a contributor here for the Monarchs. Jamie Isaacson serving. Chantel Nussbaum. And powered down by Buckner. Like I said, she'll just like a train, she's just going to keep on coming as she approaches the 20 kill mark. We're bringing you the action here on the WIAA network. You're watching the number 1 team, the 1A champion, defending champions galore here with Burlington Edison and West Valley. And Jessie Glidewell adjusting to the Monarchs, much like the Indians have adjusted to the 2A classification. (17-12) Indians lead here in game number 3. We're all knotted at 1 apiece in the game scores, so the number 1 ranked Colville Indians having to work a lot harder than they thought. Mark Morris doing the favors. Carly Grindstaff with the winner. So both teams showing a heady awareness of the court, coming up with their tool set that is wide and varied. Taylor Blackman, the senior, outside left side hitter. Sadie Learn gets to it. Off the block of Hastings and Olson. And a kill shot from behind the line drops on the play by Learn. 5-point edge. Jessie Glidewell. And that was a wicked, swerving, topsy-turvy serve by Glidewell. And out will come McCoy of the Kylie variety. In comes Haley McNally. Olson tries it. 6-point lead in this rally turns to 7 as Glidewell buries it down the line and will go back to serve. First to 20 in game number 2. Often an indicator in the games who will win. And a timeout called, down by 7. And Mark Morris needs to find an answer. out of the timeout. 20 for the Indians, 13 for Mark Morris. Can the Monarchs find a way back into game number 3? And importantly, keep the Indians from claiming control of the match. Determined rally here by Mark Morris over the top of the line. No, it doesn't go over despite the extra effort of Amber Olsen. Indians now 4 points away from claiming game number 3 and a 2-1 advantage against a Mark Morris squad that started out on fire. Jesse Glidewell. Isaacson tries, and it's powered down. Grindstaff. Alex McCoy to serve. Down by 7. It's 21 for the Indians, 14 for Mark Morris. Monarchs. Buckner trying to make the most of a deep effort to go over. McCoy. Blackman can't make much of that. Off the block. Nice dig and roll by Jamie Isaacson, and it's a Indians point, 22-14. 3 more, and Colville claims the important pivotal game number 2. Joelle Buckner, the senior right side hitter, will serve. Deep is Blackman and McCoy and Jamie Isaacson. It's not on. They have to go over. Oh, and an opportunistic Leanna Carr spotted something. And good get by Alex McCoy, but ultimately Jamie Isaacson can't go over. Coming in is Kylie McCoy, replacing Haley McNally. Joelle Buckner now to serve. 2 points shy of a game winner that will assuredly put down a stake to the match. Tracy Vining pounces down the line, and it's point game with a 10-point edge to the Indians. Joelle Buckner serving. Isaacson, trouble at the net, and it's 25-14, a game 3 win that takes the Indians into a 2-1 advantage. Back with game number 4, you're watching the WIAA network coverage of the 2A Volleyball Championships.
Hi, we're Chris
And Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Welcome back to Pierce College. 2A Volleyball Championships, round number 1. And top-ranked Colville with the first game scare, dropping it to Mark Morris, who started in a fury. They came back winning game 2 by a score of 25-11. And though the Monarchs fought gallantly, they dropped the second or third game. So it's now the Indians leading 2-1. And Colville starts strong to take a 1-0 score lead here. Serving is Leanna Carr. Coming back to Mackenzie Hastings with success that she had in game number 3. And in comes Marissa Henry to serve. As Carly Grindstaff celebrates the winning play there. Hastings deep to Whitmire. Leanna Carr pushed over by Jessie Glidewell. Here come the Monarchs. Again, Whitmire is there. Carr, and a double hit called on Leanna, so it's 2-1, and Hastings and Embry sort things out. Hastings to the net. Embry at the serving post behind the serving line, the back line. Ooh, and Joelle Buckner with a new way to come down with it. And she's got 21 kills through 3 games and 4 points, 2-all. And the Monarchs give the ball back over, 3-2 edge. Sadie Learn, junior middle hitter at 5'9", as listed in the program. Ranging wide, Kiri Greibel. Over to Joelle Buckner. Down the middle, they test Leanna Carr. She's got a great reaction. And a carry called against the Indians. So, all tied at 3. It's the Monarchs showing some spirit out here. Brittany Schneider to serve. Goes right at Sadie Learn. Carr goes cross court to Buckner, and Joelle can't convert. Right into the net. And the pin. 4-3, the Monarchs. Leanna Carr adjusting to the middle. Vining goes up high and deep. Carr comes back. Vining goes over. Down the middle, Hastings just too long. Mackenzie Hastings saw a good opening there, and the senior middle hitter, middle blocker, just hit it a bit too hard. All tied at 4. And there she is. Taylor Blackman hadn't called her name a whole lot, not in this game anyhow. And she gets a nice kill shot, 5-4 for the Monarchs. Hastings with a serve. Long. Joelle Buckner, junior middle hitter, 5'10", leaps and into the net. So, 5-5, our 5th tie. So sure, they tied at 1, 2s, 4s, and 5s, so we'll call it our 4th tie. Kiri Greibel serving for Mark Morris. And getting there is Sadie Learn. And 6-5 becomes 7-5. It's not Greibel because she's just moving on the bench. It must be Jamie Isaacson, the sophomore setter. Vining can't go over the net. 8-5, Mark Morris. Well, we've yet to go 5 sets at the tournament, although we've had some really well-contested matches. And it's long, 8-6 on the long service attempt. And J.C. Vining will do her piece. Who's going to advance to play Squim? 9th ranked Squim downing Steilacoom in straight sets. Blackman, and unable to make the block as Sadie Learn. Advancing so far is Burlington Edison. They were tested by Sumner, but advanced 3-1. West Valley, the Rams, probably one of the tightest games, downing the Cougars of Capital 3-1. They'll play each other in the quarterfinals. Sela and Washington go at it with the Patriots warming up right now to take on the Vikings. Washington upsetting 8th ranked Seaholm for our first ranking upset anyhow. Sela ranked number 3 down White River with ease. Tumwater, East Valley Red. That was not quite enough for the T-Birds. And the Seahawks downing the Trojans. No, that's not the pros against the colleges. That's Anacortes downing Fife. And power surge. 8 for the Indians, 9 for the Monarchs here, as top-ranked Colville hopes to not be another underdog upset. They're top-ranked for a reason, and they're coming back strong against a marvelous Mark Morris side. 9-9 as the Indians tie it up. J.C. Vining serving. Hastings down the line. No, that's Kylie McCoy. And she's played some really good points for Mark Morris. And the Monarchs take a 1-point edge here in game number 4. Trying to equalize in the game board score. Game scoreboard. Down the middle, up high and long goes Sadie Learn. So the Monarchs take a 2-point lead here in game 4, 11-9. Alex McCoy, junior libero, serving. Goes to her opposite number, Jessica Whitmire, at least the opposite libero. 2 serving to 1, and it's 11-10. So Leanna Carr will serve for the Indians. And it's Grindstaff trying to find an opening, but the other way, Jessica Glidewell from the left side, a little bit of an opening just inside the line. Right where Alex McCoy sets up defensively, all tied at 11. Service by Leanna Carr. And the dig into the net, and there's a carry called against the Monarchs. 12-11, the Indians lead. Right at the line, McCoy gets underneath it. The Grindstaff can do nothing more. 13-11, a 2-point edge to the Indians as Leanna Carr continues to serve. Here in the land of the Raiders of Pierce College. The host site with Lakes High School down the road, providing a second location, and a timeout call by Mark Morris. And Lisa Verge wants to talk it over. A lot of action at court one. Games going long and what have you. 14-11. The edge here for the Indians, leading 2-1 over a Morris Monarch squad that refuses to say die. Down by 3. Hastings and a call. Point to the Monarchs. 14-12. In comes Kiri Greibel. She's played some critical minutes. Points. She'll step in at the net. Down by 2. The service from Hembry. Off the block, kept alive by Buckner, but a carry is called. 14-13 Monarchs, as they have all night, challenging. Trying to tie things up here in this 4th game for the 8th time. The service to Whitmire. Inside, Carr finds Joelle Buckner, and you can go places serving up Joelle Buckner. Chantel Nussbaum comes in, and that's why the first-ranked Indians, who do spread it around quite well, keep going back to her in the rotation. 15-13, a 2-point edge to the Indians. Colville serving. Sadie Learn. The other way, down the line, the attempt by Mackenzie Hastings, and it doesn't get over in form. Learn will continue to serve, this time up by 3. Now the first quarterfinal to get underway is Washington-Sela. The final member of the quarterfinal round being determined right here in front of you. Sadie Learn. Alex McCoy into the net. 5-point lead here in game number 4. Just 2 points of taking that first ledge of 20 points. Learn now. Deep. Monarchs rally. Isaacson setting it up deep from behind the line. Taylor Blackman trying to make a difference. Joelle Buckner, who is spinning it over, is Isaacson. And Buckner gets the kill. And she's got 2 dozen. Unofficially, Sadie Learn waiting to serve after the substitution with Haley McNally coming in for Kylie McCoy, a junior, giving away to a sophomore. Libero, setter, defensive specialist. Lisa Verge trying to find her way through, and a near save by Coach Missy Bennett, but they will replay the point. 19-13 here in game 4, trying to get to 20. Learn with the service. Off the block of Buckner and Nussbaum. They go deep. Far side now. And a crank by Glidewell won't drop. Monarchs doing a good job in this rally, keeping alive. Finding an opportunity to come right back at Colwell. And Colville gives up the point with Joelle Buckner into the net. And Brittany Schneider will serve. Down by 5, 2-1 down by 1 game to top-ranked Colville. Sadie Learn. Over is Whining. Kept alive by Chantel Nussbaum off the block. Buckner trying to crank through the block of Hastings. Indians, little communication error, as Buckner was thought to be able to win that one. The rally and rallying Monarchs now down by 4. Schneider continues to serve. Far side. Buckner set up right side. Glidewell can't win it. The deep end of things, it's long for Sadie Learn, and it's 19-16. Monarchs to within 3. So you tell me there's a chance. All they need is a chance, and they're playing their hearts out here for Coach Lisa Verg and the Mark Morris name. And Joelle Buckner comes back and gets her 25th kill as Jessie Gladwell back to serve. 2016. Indians now wanting a skate to the end. 5 more points to claim the match. Good reaction by Carr. And the effort by Blackman. Taylor Blackman, just circle her name. She is outstanding as a senior. What a rally by Mark Morris. Cross court to Carr. Leanna gets there. Pushed over by Buckner. And a big, big point, and you can feel the crowd with a surge of energy. Each trying to feed their team. 21 for Colville, 16 for the Hardy crew from Mark Morris. And the Monarchs call their second timeout, trying to save this match right here and right now. The first time out of this game was called at 14-11, just down by 3. The Monarchs battling in. Well, they got to within 3 again, but then it was pushed to 5, 21-16. And Lisa Verge trying to coax her team into staying hardy against the top-ranked Colville Indians. Mark Morris battling strong. And what a cross-court effort by Blackman as Jessie Glidewell can only put her forearm out and let it bounce deep in the corner. 21-17. A good, solid response to the timeout. Here comes Mackenzie Hastings serving for the Monarchs. And she's contributed heartily in this hearty effort. Back set to Buckner, Joelle off the net. And Monarchs are trying to say, no, it never made its way over. That wasn't a block, it was off the net. And they get the point. So they score one there and get it back to within 3, 21-18. Hastings serving still. Indians encouraged by J.C. Vining, one of the 2 captains. Leanna Carr also on the floor. Hannah Smith gets to it. Vining with a crank down the line. Nice back set and net violation. And you could see her back herself into the standards. And it will be Joelle Buckner to serve. She with 25 kills. And it may be well more than that, as my scoring is unofficial, of course. 22-18, 4-point lead in game number 4. 3 points to the match, down to 2 points to the match. 23-18. Joelle Buckner, circle her name. She's been outstanding, but don't forget about Jessie Glidewell. Blackman tries to push it, very much blocked by Leanna Carr. Monarchs staying alive just by the hair of their skinny teeth to totally ruin the rhyme. 24-18. Indians can put away Mark Morris, a really pesky Monarch side who took game 1 and have battled throughout. Deep to Blackman, and there's the match. 25-18. Finally, the Colville Indians can say goodnight to the excellent effort of the Mark Morris Monarchs as they take the final one, 25-18. But it was a 28-26 robust first game claimed by the Monarchs, and then never saying bye. They were down 25-11, 25-14, and finally 25-18. So 3 games to 1. Top-ranked Indians will proceed. And I like to just say what an effort. Taylor Blackman and all the Monarchs. Outstanding work. Mackenzie Hastings, Alex McCoy, Kylie McCoy, and everybody up and down the lineup. For the Indians, Jessie Glidewell played outstanding, but how about Leanna Carr and J.C. Vining leading the team, and Joelle Buckner, our player of the game. Indians will march on and take on the Sequim Wolves in the quarterfinals as the Monarchs fall to 10-9. The Colville Indians 16-0. Well, for Nathaniel Jackson, our producer, I'm Tom Smith, along with our camera person, Sue Schroeder. Thanks for tuning us in here on the WIAA network coverage of the AA Volleyball Championships. It's state, and we're at Pierce College, back with another game shortly.